Okay, guys, this is the real deal. This is it. Sunday, April 10th, episode 34 of the Dutch Boyd Show. How are you all doing?
Did you change the titles?
I did, just now.
Did you put the alerts up?
Nope.
Oh, man.
Nope, the alerts are not up yet. Let me get these up. And then get the chat box going and fold this Jack 5 off suit. King Shippo making the 2.5x raise. You know what? I kind of like making it a little bit smaller in this 5K. We might start tapering down a little bit earlier than we normally would because there's no rebuy, because there's no add-on. I don't hate starting at 2.5x. I've been doing 3x, and I think I'll keep on doing 3x, but I think that I might change it starting at the 30-60 level in 4.5 minutes. So 2.5x at that level would be 150. We're already doing 150. So let's do 160 at the 30-60 level, and then at 40-80 we'll do 200. Sounds reasonable. So we'll do 160 and then 2.5x until we get to the ante rounds. I think that sounds right. And then we might even taper down a little bit more. Maybe once we get to like the 100, 200 level, we'll try to get down to like a 450 raise. Ruby Deer making that open limp under the gun. I'm gonna go ahead and give him that bony fish for the open limp. King 8 off. I'll fold. I hear some people say things like, "Oh yeah, the under the gun limp. It's the new move. It's like the button raise. It's really good if you use it right." Okay. I respectfully disagree. A lot of good players I've been talking to have been like, "Oh no, open limping is okay. It's good sometimes." Like, call me old school if you will. I just don't think it is. I think it's bad. I think that if a hand is worth playing under the gun, you know, when you've got 50, 60 big blinds, then it's probably worth inflating the pot. Taking that pre-flop aggression, giving yourself a better chance of actually winning the pot. I just hate it. Oh well, you know, if you open limp, then you get to play without a capped range. It's like, man.
Hey, Ferrari Doctor and John Blaves and Bankroll Grind. Thanks for joining us.
What's up,
We're
guys?
just waiting for the delay. You'll be seeing this five minutes later.
Yep, good to see you, Ferrari. Hope that your weekend's going well. Bankroll Grind, great to see you, man. We're going to go ahead and make the raise here. So what are we doing? 150. No, I'm not open limping. Making it 150.
Yay, we're on now.
I mean, each pot is important. Each one of these, even if Ruby Deer and Feels Good Man folds here and we just pick up the blinds without antes, we're still looking at increasing our stack by like 1%. You know, it's still like every single pot is important here. Fire out the same amount into Ruby Deer.
Oh my God, sounds amaze balls, Dutch, so you know.
Thank you. Well, pretty good turn. Fire out a half pot. I guess we're hoping that Ruby Deer was slow playing a king. And that Queen of Spades, man. That Queen of Spades. Now there's an ace and a jack that kind of mess us up. We're betting the third nut flush though, so let's do it. Let's just half pot it. I'm not too worried about an ace of spades. I'm a little bit more worried about a jack of spades, but I think any spade calls us. King 6 probably calls us. A lot of times we're going to be called with no spade, just like Hero calling us with like with what? Pocket eights, no spade. Pocket fives, no spade. Ace three, no spade. Sure, I think all those hands call us.
Lolak wants to know how you did last night.
We did okay. We finished okay.
After all the pain.
After all the pain, we finished second in the re-entry for a little over 1,000. So it was a good day yesterday.
It was. The miracle happened. You don't have to quit and start a new job.
We're not retiring yet.
Hey, Dutch, did you hear about the radioactive boars at Fukushima?
Tell me about them.
They live there now.
Does anybody know what she's talking about?
You guys know.
Superhero boars?
They're superheroes. They're radioactive.
So it feels good, man, making the raise to 131. Is that what happens if you click on that 3/4 pot? Ruby Deer making the 3-bet.
Radioactive boars.
Ace 10 off, and we're at that 160 level, right? Yeah. Wow, look at this guy. Pushing it up just another 100. I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it. It's not ever going to be enough to get us out. It's giving us both the opportunity to see a flop. The only thing I like about raising the minimum there is that it does, seize the pre-flop initiative. It seizes the aggression. But I think you get the you get the goal accomplished a little bit better, making it a higher raise. If I'm making it 160 and feels good man calls, I think raising somewhere around 2.5x mine, maybe even 3x mine, plus the open limp, does the trick a little better than making that min raise. And actually, I hate it so much that I'm going to go ahead and give him that bony fish. Here he is making it 652 into 870. The min raise just kind of it kind of telegraphs his hand. You're going to see, a lot of people not making 3-bets, and then when they do, making these min 3-bets because they're so worried about not getting value for it with their hand, or they have the kind of hand that they just want to inflate it just a little bit. Yeah, ace queen. Oh, feels good, man. Just flopping the set. So yeah, Artful Dodger with the ace queen, just bumping it up just the tiniest little bit, and then going crazy on the turn.
Pappas, subscribed for a year now.
No kidding, Pappas. It's great to have you here, man. Thanks so much. Pappas is one of the biggest supporters of the stream, guys. Let's give some crew love to
Yeah, let's get some
Pappas.
fist
Pappas,
bumps
thanks so
in
much,
there.
man. Really appreciate you being here, man. Papist, thank you. 12 months. A whole year. Happy anniversary, he says. Thanks, Papist.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
So just put the note down on Artful Dodger. I have to think about that. When he makes that min raise, it does put his range at the higher, kind of at the higher range there, higher level. I'm thinking, Ace Queen is probably kind of the bottom of what he would make that min raise with. So it's kind of hard to make the call if you don't just crush the flop. Let's go and make the fold here. Feels good, man. Getting a set of jacks, I mean that's pretty easy, and he did a pretty good job inducing the bluff on both streets. But what if he just had ace jack and he just had the jack? I mean, that's a tougher call, And if you're gonna fold a pair of jacks there, how far are you gonna take that fold? I really don't know. If we had ace 10 and actually hit the 10, I'm not sure that I'm paying Artful Dodger off for that, with that big shove on the turn. It's kind of hard to put him on what he actually had. All we're putting him on is top of his range. Okay, so making the fold here. And when the king hits on the turn, now ace king got there. Aces could easily be shoving and play it the way that he played it. It's a head scratcher. I'm not going to overanalyze it too much. I'm just going to kind of put that bony fish on Artful Dodger with the note that says min raised on the button with ace queen. I don't like it. I don't like the min raise on the button there. Okay, 160. Here we are. Up against Feels Good Man. We get through.
Hey, Dutch.
Yeah?
Betrayal would like you to know that you're one lucky son of a gun for having me.
Thanks,
Thank you. Thank you, Betrayals. Appreciate it.
Okay. Do a little set mining. What do you guys think of some set mining? No, let's not set mine. Let's do some quad mining.
Yeah,
quad
that's good.
mining.
Quad mining's good. Did you get it? Oh, I hope that 8 is the one that you got.
No.
Oh, you got
no, we didn't hit it.
Nah.
No, we didn't hit it. Making the fold.
A gorilla would like to says, what do you do?
Say agriel.
Agriel?
I think so.
Maybe the E is A is silent.
Could be egriel, like Eon.
Egriel. Okay, what do you do, Dutch, when you're playing with people who love to open limp like me?
Love open limping. What do
you
when
raise
you're playing
it?
with open limpers? What I end up doing is isolating them.
Punishing them.
Generally isolate with when they don't, when they defend, when you're going to have like multiple open limpers. Yeah, I do a lot of squeezing, and I would say that when I know I'm going to get called, I'll still do the squeeze, but I'll do it with a little bit of a tighter range. And then there's nothing wrong with over limping. If you have a couple of open limpers, open limp, limp, then you can over limp with all sorts of hands, any type of suited connectors or suited one gappers, any two court cards, those kind of hands, and see a flop in position. But for the most part, you like playing with people who are open limping. You kind of like it better when they open limp fold, but open limp calling is okay too, because you're still going to have the aggression. You're going to have position. You're giving yourself two ways to win the pot post flop. Either you can hit the pot, hit the flop, and value bet your hand, or if they miss and you miss, you have the pre flop aggression. So you're a lot of times able to take it down with a C bet. the more opponents that you are up against, the less likely you should be to go for that isolation squeeze play. And if you try to squeeze and you get more than one caller, then you don't have to auto c-bet, but you should be c-betting a good chunk of flops. Certainly everything that you hit, and then if the flop looks pretty polarizing, where you don't really put somebody on, say something like Queen 4-4 Rainbow, and they both check to you, and like there's two opponents, they both check to you. You've got the pre-flop initiative. You can go ahead and fire out a c-bet there with whatever you were isolating with whatever you were squeezing with, because it's going to be pretty hard for them to call you without a queen or a pocket pair. You're going to have some people who get a little cute, get a little tricky, and decide that they're going to try to represent a queen in that spot. But by and large, the kind of players who are just going to open limp, they're playing fit or fold poker. By and large, if they don't hit their hand on the flop, they're going to give it up. So yeah, against those players, you take the initiative and you make sure that you're set up to make that c-bet. Pocket Protractor, 4 months in a row, man. Thank you so much for keeping the stream going. 4 months. Thanks for sticking with us.
Let's do some fist bumps for him. Thank you so much for the resub. We really appreciate you. Looking forward to another year of streaming.
Yeah, thanks, Pocket Protractor. Really appreciate it.
Can we make 200, Dutch? We could do 200 streams.
200 streams?
We're only at 30. It's not.
I think so.
I think we could.
We're in our 30s.
200 doesn't seem like that much, does it?
No. We're just shy of 20% there. I think that we can do it.
We could do it. We should have a meter. We should have a meter on the side or something to hit the goals.
Wow, and X-Buffy in horrible shape here, going for 2 outs. It's a beautiful flop that wasn't. King Shippo eliminating that guy.
What is that glare? Is that from my my thing? Is that better?
I'm not sure which glare you're
There's a
talking
fuzzy
about.
on my thingy. Some fuzziness.
Oh, it's just because of the shadows.
Shadows.
Shadows on your green curtain.
Which one is it, on this side?
It's on both sides.
Oh. That's why they call me the shadow. No. So did you hear about those radioactive boars, Dutch? Nobody's talking about them.
Why don't you explain what you're talking about?
They're at Fukushima and they're eating all the crops and they're being slaughtered. I didn't know that no one lives there. There's no humans that live near there. Since Fukushima happened in 2011. It doesn't seem that long ago, does it? But yes, now there's wild boars ravishing the lands, eating everything in sight.
So what does it mean that they're radioactive?
I don't know.
Have they actually
they're eating radioactive, all the contaminants, so they probably just are.
So just getting sick and getting cancer and dying?
I mean, I didn't really talk to the boars. I don't know if they have cancer. They're killing them in mass graves. I just think they're just pillaging all the farmlands around that area, destroying crops. But yes, crazy boars. Just reminds me of a video game. What's the video? Did you ever play that video game? I think it was called Romper Stomper. Was that what it was called? No, wait. Or Stampede. Was it Stampede? Where you were like a giant, like, lizard. What's the lizard called? Godzilla, or a giant boar thing, or a giant wolf. And then you would destroy the town. What game was that? What was that called? Rampage. Rampage, that's what it was called. Very good game.
Hackahan. Man, thanks for sticking with us another month. 4 months in a row. Gosh, I want to see this. We've got Girth Brooks making this stupid min raise against Kristoff's open limp. And King Shippo going for the re-raise. It's going to get through me.
Did you ever play Rampage, Dutch?
No, I can't say I did.
It's a good game. Yes, thank you for the resub. Hack in hand. Did I say it hack in hand? Oh, yeah. He follows me on Twitters. On the Twitters.
Getting a little 6-to-1 action with any two cards. I think I'm going to go ahead and make the fold. Okay, so what's the pre-flop amount at 40-80? So it was 160 at 30-60. Let's go ahead and go all the way to let's go all the way to 2.5x here at 40-80. So 200. 200 is going to be our go-to amount. And guys, thanks again for joining us on the Sunday afternoon grind. I hope that I hope things are going well for you on your weekend. If you're playing, good luck on the grind.
And if you guys haven't followed, you got to follow, guys. Above Dutch's head if you're on mobile, and right here if you're on the PC. I'm practicing my pointing skills.
Somewhere down there.
Somewhere. No, mine's right here. Yours is up there. Yours is above. If you're on mobile. So yeah, it doesn't cost you a thing to follow it, and it helps the stream immensely. And look, you're almost at, we actually got a lot of followers yesterday. Let's see if we can get to 12,300 here.
So the pocket jack's going pretty well for Feels Good Man. Here he is, min raising with it from under the gun. And Christoph 82 with that open limp. Gosh, I hate it. We also saw what Feels Good Man did on the kind of middle position when we made the raise with our ace 10 off suit. He had pocket jacks, didn't 3-bet. Didn't 3-bet, didn't squeeze when our friend who was, what was his name? Gosh, I can't even remember what the guy's name was. Artful Dodger. When Artful Dodger made that weird min raise. So here's something different. Christoph, after open limping, now is making a min raise. And Girth Brooks makes another min raise. I hate those min raises. This one's okay. You want to start making it 160, that's fine, as long as you're not, as long as you're not varying it up too much. Which Christoph is varying it up too much. I mean, by open limping, he's making this, this an aberration. But Girth Brooks making these min raises, I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it. If you're going to to raise and isolate, go ahead and make the raise. Make it, at least a 2x, at least 320, and that should be on the low end. And better yet, make it 2.5x or even 3x. I like 2.5. We got Christoph making it 160. I like making it 400 there. I hate 240. I hate that amount. You're never getting through Christoph, and all it's really doing is just giving Christoph an opportunity to blow you off your hand, or inducing someone like King Shippo to make a real re-raise. Jay Zager knows what you're talking about. Rampage. So that was the game where you were like a
giant
like a
King Kong destroying a city,
or like a Godzilla.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And then you beat it down, and I used to spend lots of quarters on that one.
Was that the one that? So it was an arcade game.
Yeah.
It wasn't the SNES game, right?
Could be. I think there might have been
one. Big almost.
And
like
then if you
Iron
died,
Man guy.
no, if you die, right, you'd come in through like a blimp. A blimp would crash you down or land you down.
And Rip to Papa asking how we did last night. Pretty good. We ended in second place, Rip to Papa. It was a long heads-up match, and I felt like we were going to win it. in the end, we got all the chips in the middle where we were both about even. I had ace 9 and he had queen jack, and he rivered a jack. So it kind of sucked. So that was a real story. The guys on the island who spelled help.
Yeah, I have a picture
story.
of it. I have a picture of it. Let me look for it. There it is. Here it is. Here it is. Oh, is that it? Let's see. Hey, it's a good thing. It's a good thing, man. There might be actually a YouTube video, it looks like.
Gonna make the fold here, guys. A6 off. Jonathan Love just donated 25 bucks. There are many good streams going today, but by far yours is the most educational. Thanks for all the great material. Hey Jonathan, thanks so much for the donation, man. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you for supporting the stream and keeping it going. Really appreciate it. I will try to keep on bringing the information. I want to have a good day today, guys. Sunday can be brutal. Sunday can be brutal. You know, there's a lot of big buy-in tournaments going on, even on wsop.com, which is a pretty small venue, and yet we have a $200 tournament, you know, that we're playing right here, usually the biggest tournament of the week. Not this week, though, because the spring championship started. They're doing another $200 re-entry tournament. That could get really expensive. Then there's the $100 reloader, also could get really expensive. A couple of $30 rebuys. Man, Sundays can end up costing you $1,000, and it sucks. You know, but it can also just you know, be a really good day, although not that good, you know, here in Vegas. The best that we're really going for here, first place in this thing right now is 8,000. Still pretty good. Still pretty good. Let me go ahead and put the payouts up. Looks like 30 places are getting paid, and first place $8,191. So. Will it go up or down? It kind of depends. I mean, it could do both. We're still in late registration. If that place is paid, gets bumped up to like 40, then this will take a little hit. It's so top heavy. I mean, look at these. Look at the difference here. Look at the difference here. How it you make a final table, you get $515, or you get $8,000.
I miss Rampage. You never played Rampage, Dutch?
No.
Oh my gosh. Really? Such a good game. I don't even see it on here. Ah, there it is. Aww.
I have an image in my head though.
I have
what it looks like.
It's just the best game ever. It's so simple. Aww. Do you want to see the little...
Sergeant Pepper firing out 610 into 1,080. Feels good, man. Trying to put him on a hand.
I wonder if I can find an emulator.
Makes the fold and we don't get to see. Little king jack off, under the gun +1. I'm going to go ahead and make the fold, you guys.
So I think we should... Oh, wait. They're playing the polkas here. So, Dutch, after you win this, maybe you should try to find some Rampage. Play some Rampage. Beat some buildings down.
Sounds good. Sounds good. PokerStud5 asking, what do I think about those Panama Papers? Pretty big deal if David Cameron were to end up resigning. I agree.
It is a big deal. There was a whole bunch of people in Iceland that were standing demanding for the resignation of their prime minister.
And he did resign.
Well, he did and he didn't.
And then he took it back.
He was just joking, LOL. And then came back.
There shouldn't be take-backs when it comes to resigning. It should be like a no take-backs kind of thing.
Well,
if you're the prime minister of a country and you decide to resign based on some scandal, you shouldn't be able to be like, just kidding. I was just saying that to get you protesters out of my lawn. You shouldn't be able to just like take that back. I think it should be binding. Verbal's binding, Mr. Prime Minister.
Oh, they had a huge. There was a bunch of people, like 22,000 people.
Could you imagine that? If you could just, like, if that worked at the poker table, you'd just be like, I fold.
Just kidding.
I was just seeing how you'd react to that. I'm gonna stay in the hand.
Yes.
PokerStud, I don't know if you saw when we were talking about the Panama Papers and how they relate to poker. Turns out that David Bazov over at Amaya has some connections over there to the Panama Papers. There was a sports book company and a payment processing company that was processing payments for online sports books. This is all post UIGEA, post 2006, and it looks like his older brother and his older sister were both major shareholders, along with a lot of the same people who were connected with his insider trading allegation. In what was it, sportsbook.ag, I think, as well as a payment processing company. Yeah, it feels good, man. Making the min raise. I'll call you with any two here. Queen 3 off. Pretty good flop for Queen 3. Do we want to go for a check raise here against Feels Good Man? He's been pretty tight. Here he goes for a 187. Weird amount, really. I mean, half the pot is 360, so this means that he was going for the keypad. We're gonna go ahead and just make the call. Put him on something like 10s or 9s or 8s or Ace King. Well, 9s just hit. It's okay. Now it's more likely that he has 8s. Feels good, man, making the check back. And, yeah, we'll go for it here. I think a lot of times he can put us on a flush draw that missed. Pocket kings, wow. So, missed some value there, Feels good, man. Min raise with king from under the gun +1. Didn't get that value bet in. On the turn, and didn't even think about value betting on the river. On a what was it? Queen, Jack, 7, 5, no 9, 5 board. Bet 187 into 360. Fire out the same amount. So we have Christoph with that open limp under the gun +1. I'm going to go ahead and not raise him. It's double negative. I guess I'm supposed to raise him. Ruby Deer getting the free look. Checking to Christoph, who... Wow. Playing it so passive. Definitely playing that fitter fit style, or fitter fold style. Ruby Deer firing at 100 on a King 10-10-9. I mean, what choice do you have if you're Ruby Deer, you know, with an open limper, then just showing no interest in that pot? You're kind of putting in Christoph on something like an ace rag, and the 100 works. Ruby Deer could have anything there. Ruby Deer could have 6-3, and just look at that thinking, I can get him off of it. You can. Okay, we're still at that 2.5x. Sleeping guy. It's good to see you, man. He says, hey guys, great to have you here. Sorry I missed the last few days. Got snowed under. Hopefully you had a good week off. Back to the grind. Yeah, last night was good. And Friday we couldn't get on. We were having issues connecting. Thursday was just okay.
Snowing? It was hailing yesterday.
Yeah, it was hailing here in Vegas yesterday, sleeping guy.
We were very scared of the hail.
Just coming down.
And yeah, there's a lot of flood warnings as well. Hope you're safe though.
Got Joshua Jackaway chilling out with us. Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Joshua. Did you find Rampage?
I did. I found it, and I found a downloadable file, but I don't want to download it yet. I have to make sure it's a safe file. I don't really like to download from sites I've never been on, so I wonder if they have it for sale, like if I can buy it at like GOG. Or G2A. Is that the site? It's such an old game. It's yet to...
I think GOG is the...
no, but the G2A is the other
one for old games.
Well, I think GOG has both games.
Did they port it for PC?
You have to get an emulator for it.
So Feels Good Man now firing out half pot into 550. Not going to the...
they changed it.
The keypad. Ruby Deer putting up the defense. So, what do we think Ruby Deer has here? I mean, probably an ace, right? Probably like an ace queen, ace jack. Feels Good Man making the call. Ruby Deer checking back. So we're probably looking at, hell, I don't know. I don't know what Feels Good Man could have here. Ace jack, yeah, Ruby Deer with just on a bluff. Or flush draw, maybe? Queen 10 of hearts. What did he have? Oh, wow. Ace 3 of hearts. So Ruby Deer actually flopping the top pair with the flush draw. Interesting.
Are you pounding your on your mic, bae? Probably shouldn't.
I'm not trying to.
No pounding allowed. Coolrom.com. Does that sound like a good, trustable site?
No. No, I would say it doesn't sound like a trustworthy site. It sounds like a site that's pirating ROMs.
Yeah. But I need an emulator. I don't have a emulator on here yet, so... Oh, wow, there's a lot of cool games they have. Super Mario World.
So now we've got the ace 3 suited under the gun. Could raise. Seems a little bit too weak to raise, though, guys.
Rampage. I'd challenge you to a rampage match, Dutch, but you'd beat me. You always beat me in these games.
Is it 2 players?
Yeah, you can play with other people. Yeah.
Pure OG making a 2.5x. I like the amount. Feels good, man, making the call. No telling what he could have. This looks like we're going to see a flop. I don't see making this fold getting these kind of odds. Not the flop we're looking for. It's just going to be a check fold.
Oh, no snow. I must have read his comment wrong. Oh, snowed in as far as schoolwork goes. He was just busy. Australia sounds awesome.
Making the raise with 8-7 suited. Get through. I'm okay with that.
When is Aussie Millions, Dutch?
January.
January? Okay. So Tinder is the new Rampage. Dutch.
Not the best flop for us, guys, but we're c-betting anything.
Nice c-bet.
Definitely hits the, it smashes the kind of hand that we could be raising with. It's kind of hard for Feels Good Man to make calls with a lot of hands that we're behind. Any sort of pocket pair under jacks is kind of hard to make the call there. 3 hands in a row, you guys. Oh, but it's too good. It's too good to fold. We've got position. We've got an ace high. We've got Ruby Deer in the big blind who seems to be a little bit on the passive side. And we got Feels Good Man making a 3-bet. Giving us 2.5 to 1 to make the call. I'll make the fold. I mean, here we have a guy who didn't 3-bet with pocket jacks. Now he's 3-betting out of position. It's basically telling me that we're hoping he's got a pocket pair and we have 3 outs to an ace. It's a weird hand to play even with position if we don't have the aggression and we don't have he's telling us we don't have the best hand pre-flop. I don't really like folding. But as long as Feels Good Man doesn't make a habit of it, we can give him a few of those. C-Mank's asking, what are our scoop plans?
Are they going to have the scoop in Jersey?
I bet they have like a mini scoop there. Take a look at the schedule. I don't think I'm going to go anywhere for the scoop. I don't think...
Well, if they had one in Jersey, maybe it might be worth it. I mean, we don't have to... We can find a little place, probably. I don't know.
It's coming up, right? It's coming up in May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my plans for Scoop: stay here in Vegas, play on wsop.com, get ready for the World Series. That's the plan.
When is the Scoop? What month is it?
I think it's in May.
I think we might be going to Seattle then.
Yeah, I don't know that the final schedule has come out.
But what if we go to Seattle? Maybe we should go. I'm driving to Canada. Can we do that? Can we even play the Scoops, or we have to do the bank account thing too? Still, it's just so complicated. Coolio thought you moved to Jersey. Coolio.
It's a little bit weak. A little bit weak of a hand. Good enough though. Let's make the raise. See what comes of it. Definitely on our low end. The lower end of our range here when we're making the under the gun raise pre-ante. And Sleeping Guy asking about Aussie Millions. Man, so much depends on the World Series, and one thing that we are going to do this year is World Series of Poker Europe if they have it, or World Series of Poker Australia if they have it. We're going to travel to do the bracelet hunting.
We're going to do it. We're going to commit. We're going to buy our tickets early so we can't back down.
So much about the rest of the year depends on how we do in the summer and how we do in in those tournaments. He did it pretty quick, guys. I'm going to go ahead and make the call if Sergeant Pepper folds. I think Ace-Jack of Hearts a lot of times is ahead of Christoph. And a lot of times Christoph is looking at smaller pocket pairs. Wow, look at that. Sergeant Pepper making the call. Wow. Well, that changes it a little bit. I think that it's going to just be a fold from us. If Sergeant Pepper made the fold, we would be making the call. But Sergeant Pepper calling there. Calling the raise and the shove.
Ooh.
So we end up making the good laydown. I don't really love the call from Sergeant Pepper. I don't mean after the raise and the re-raise. That was fine. What I do mean is pre-flop. I think Ace-Queen suited against an open limper. I would say he should have been the one to go ahead and try to squeeze there. Making the call. You got to squeeze from us. The call after the raise and the shove was fine. And needless to say, Christoph 82's shove with the ace-9 is just kind of bad. He had enough, you guys. Open limping, finally shoving with ace-9 offsuit because it's like, he's full of it. No, not this time. This time we actually had an ace-jack of hearts we were going to be calling if Sergeant Pepper folded. Making the fold here, 5-2 off.
Mike Diamond 20. It's first time watching live. Good luck, Dutch. Welcome to the stream, Mike. Oh shoot! I found it. Sorry, guys. I found it. Destroy all buildings, but it's a very, very crappy version of it. Oh my gosh. I'm dying. They're killing me. How do you...
You playing it right now?
Well, it's not a very good version of it. I did find one though, so yay. Ferrari Doctor wants to know where we gonna hang out in June. He's coming into town in June, Dutch.
Okay.
I did have a date. I didn't write it down though.
Yeah, I want to hang out. Pretty much the busiest time of the year, like the only time of the year where it's actually kind of hard to make
But
plans.
you know what? We'll just get up early or late. We'll just get up extra early.
We'll figure something out. I'm sure that we're gonna have some days off. When in June are you coming down? I'll tell you what, if it's around June 20th, you can play with us in that Planet Hollywood event that we're hosting.
Dutch is making me play.
I'm sure I'm gonna have some days off though, Ferrari, and if not, then we can hang out after a win. Mike Diamond 20 says good luck. First time watching, Mike. First time watching live, man. Make sure to click on that follow button. Thanks for being here.
Yes, guys,
thanks for checking it out.
And if you just joined us, yes, follow us. It's above Dutch's head if you're on mobile, and it's right down here if you're on PC. It doesn't cost you a thing, and we should James Photoshop June into the background.
I think it's a great idea. We should.
That'd be really funny.
I'll
work on that, dude.
June head right there.
You know what? I will work on that.
That could be June right here instead of the bulldog. I think it's a great idea.
I will.
Could you illustrate June?
No, I'm gonna Photoshop her head
on
there.
The same kind of style.
Maybe we'll see.
Cheating dogs.
We'll see. Maybe I should make it so we'll see. I'll play with it this week. Oh, look, a little spade. Part dual communist. Wait, part a dual communist. Put a little cute little spade on there. Thanks for the spade.
Thanks for the spade. Thanks for the spade party.
Did I say it? Party? Dual communist.
Looks like maybe it's a different language.
Oh.
Party dual communist.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
That's my guess. That's how I hear it in my brain. Yeah, it's gonna be a call from us, you guys. Getting a nice little 2-to-1 or 5-to-1 action here with suited connectors. Not the worst flop. This is where we hope the Feels Good Man has pocket jacks and slow plays it. How expensive is this going to get? 3-to-1 to make the call. We're making the call, and hopefully we don't get blown off the hand right here. Not the best turn card for us. Three to one on an 18%er that might not even be good at this point. Okay, guys, we're on a break. 4,323 chips left, 92 out of 122. So that last hand kind of took some wind out of our sails, but we're still doing fine. A couple more levels until the blinds hit. Still plenty of chips in front of us. 30 something big blinds. What is it? 35 big blinds. We're gonna be right back in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Don't go anywhere, guys. It's gonna be a grind today. It is the Sunday grind. We'll be right back. We're back.
Hey.
Okay,
And
guys, we're back.
Looks like Mike Diamond 20 did follow you, and he says glad to be here. Mostly watch your YouTube channel due to his odd work schedule. Well, welcome to the live stream.
Thanks for the follow.
And if you have any questions for Dutch that you can't get on to the chat, you can always email him, dutch@dutchboy.com.
And Ferrari, it'll be very cool to see you this summer. I hope that you just crush the Colossus. That would be great. Let me, if I get second to you, I'm okay with that. I'll be happy with that. But yeah, we'll find some time to get together. Johnson CK making the raise.
Timmy,
S9 off suit. Fold you guys.
Timmy Time.
Hold on for a second. So we kind of want to taper down even a little bit more here at 6120, 240. So at 2.5x would be 300. Let's do it a little bit lower than that. Let's go for 280. 280 sounds legit. And then at 8160, we'll do 360. Okay. And yeah, I'd already actually answered that one.
The one where
That's small.
you're playing other tournaments?
Yeah. Haven't finished it up. I think I'm going to be playing the Raz tournament. A couple of the horse events. I really like Stud 8, 08. Okay, a little King Deuce. Let's see how many more minutes we've got until the Andes kick in. So the Andes kick in at the end of 8160. So we don't have 100, 200 without Andes. It just goes straight into the Andes. So by that time, if we're making it at 8160, this next level up here, if we're making it 360 at that level, then when the Andes kick in at 100, 200, we can make it 450. So a little 2.25x. And, once again, the reason that we're tapering a little bit quicker in this event than we normally would is because the stack sizes, both our stack and, everybody else's stacks are shorter in this event than they are in the $30 rebuy and add-on or the $10 rebuy and add-on. Because we're not starting with that, that double stack with the rebuy and the double stack with the add-on. Even in the, in the $30 rebuy every night, you're looking at the average stack around the antes being 16,000. The average stack here is going to be quite a bit lower than 16,000 once those antes hit. And the only reason it's above 5,000 is because we're losing people. We've already lost a third of the field, which seems pretty heavy. I feel like so much of poker, you guys, so much of tournament poker is just refusing to give up. So often you see the kind of move that we just saw with, what was our friend's name, Christoph 82, where he was just making open limp after open limp, and finally he just got tired of it. It's like he got tired of the whole tournament. He just wanted it to be over, or he wanted to be back to his starting stack. You look down at a stack like 2,500, where you start with 5,000, you're like, oh man, this is horrible. I have half my stack. Well, that's one way of looking at it. The way that you really should be looking at it is you've got 20-something big blinds. You're fine. You're fine. One of the best pieces of tournament advice I ever heard came from Mike Wasserman, who said, in tournaments you have to get comfortable with the idea of playing every stack size. At some point in a tournament, you're probably going to be a short stack. You're probably going to be a big stack. You're going to be. You really have to be comfortable playing 7 big blinds, 16 big blinds, 23 big blinds, and you have to look at your stack as it is, not like what it was, not like what you want it to be, as it is. If some beat happened where you find yourself down to 7 bigs, you have to just put it behind you and do not give up, man. At the WSOP circuit event, at this last was it March in Bally's? Yeah, I think it was March. This guy he gets it all in with like queens against ace king, and the guy hits his ace on the turn. He's like, no, he gets all upset. We're playing 75-150. He's got 650 chips left in front of him. And he looks at it and and he leaves. He just abandons his stack. He's just gone. He decides 4.5 big blinds. I'm not even going to stick around with that. I couldn't believe it. I'm looking at it, just realizing this guy just gave up. Just gave up. Quite literally looked at his stack and gave up. He didn't even, shove blind the next hand. He looked at it and just got up and walked away. I thought, wow, that guy is either so successful in life that his time is not even worth, the risk here. No, that can't be it. That guy's just a straight up loser. That guy is a straight up loser. That's all there is to it. That guy has already lost in his mind. As soon as as soon as the ace came, didn't matter how many chips he had, he lost the tournament. What a little baby, man! What a little powder. You gotta get comfortable with playing every stack. And one of the tricks in no limit hold'em tournaments, guys, is looking down at a 16 or a 17 big blind stack and not feeling short. 16, 17 big blinds is not short stacked. We don't have 16 or 17 big blinds. We have 30 something big blinds. We're doing fine. We have a lot of chips in front of us. As Drupal saying, Xmaw looking good like a Rusky.
I'm a Rusky.
Looking like a Russian. Can you say Privyet?
Privyet. Oh, Rusky. Is that slang for Russian?
That is.
Oh, I thought he was talking dog speech.
So Squin 40 making the min raise, and we'll go ahead and make the raise here. Going 3x here, 720.
All I can talk.
If we were right here, we'd go 2.5. If we were right here, we'd go 2.5. But out of position, we'll make it a 3x.
Hashtag swag.
So Squin 40 making the call.
9 months in a row.
I hate the flop, but we're going to go ahead and continue here. Continue as if we have the overpair and not the ace-king. And if Squin 40 makes a raise, now what? Guess it's a fold. I guess we'll go ahead and put Squin 40 on a lame little pocket pair. He's putting us on pretty much exactly what we have. So there it is.
Nine months in a row for hashtag, babe.
9 months, huh?
9 months.
Hashtag, thanks so much for being here.
What are you going to name the baby?
9 months in a row. I'm going to name it hashtag. I'm going to name it hashtag swag. Making the fold here against Feels Good Man. And that puts us at what? 22 bigs? 23 big blinds?
So when are you going to consider yourself short?
8.
8, okay.
Yeah, you can't let yourself get too much lower than that, or you don't have fold equity anymore when you make the open shove.
So what happened to that guy? He just left? The guy with the 4 big blinds?
Yeah.
And he just
He
blinded
got up
off?
and he left. Didn't look back.
Just blinded off. Wow.
Yeah, they just blinded him off.
Maybe he thought his chips were gone.
Nope, he knew. You're like, oh no, you still have some chips.
There's no chips. Maybe he didn't know how many chips he had.
And B Trail looking pretty good in that ACR. Good luck in that, man.
Hey, Bob.
Bob Hatter, great to see you, man.
Good to see you. Hope you're having a good week. Oh, that was a good story, E. James. I love that story.
Oh man, E. James. That was weird.
13 months for the Bob Hatter.
13 months, man. Since the beginning. It's great to have you. It's great to have you, Bob. Thank you very much for being here and supporting the stream and being an awesome part of the crew. Awesome mod.
Awesome robot.
We couldn't ask for better. So thank you very much, Bob. You are awesome.
He is coming. He's coming to town soon with JD Cole, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be
in April, or in May, right?
Like soon. Yeah,
This
I
month
didn't
or
write
next?
it down. I should write this stuff down. I
Maybe later on this month. I think.
forget.
Okay, I need to rewind that hand, guys, and take a look at how Feels Good Man played it. That's the kind of hand that we want to pay attention to.
Hey, Scorpio and Albino.
So Sergeant Pepper
Good
with Pocket
day.
Jacks, Feels Good Man with Ace King. How did it go? So we had Sergeant Pepper making it 315 with Pocket Jacks in the cutoff. Feels Good Man makes the raise, and you'll notice he makes it 888. Goes to the keyboard. So he did 3-bet with Ace King. And then when he misses, and it's Queen, Queen 6, what does Feels Good Man do? Does he c-bet? He should c-bet. He does. He c-bets the exact same amount. Sergeant Pepper just calls. And then he spikes the king. Does he c-bet again, 1800, or does he shut down, worried about the queen? I think he shut down, right? Yeah, he shut down. He was worried about the queen. Sergeant Pepper now, worried about the king. And the river came an 8, and wow, look at that. Such value, Feels Good Man. No, you need to value bet that, man. I can understand not value betting the turn, but value bet the river. You can't expect Sergeant Pepper's going to value bet for you. And if you had a queen, you probably would have heard from him on the turn. So this is not a very good check by Feels Good Man. Sergeant Pepper, I'll tell you, if I'm Sergeant Pepper, I'm almost tempted to fire out my own value bet, thinking, well, if Feels Good Man had Ace King, he's not missing this value bet, right? Well, it turns out that he is missing the value bet. I think, Sergeant Pepper with Pocket Jacks, I'm kind of tempted to value bet myself here. And maybe make it a fourth, a quarter size pot or a third size pot. Get those calls from pocket tens, or maybe even like a hero call from like an ace jack. Sergeant Pepper instead checks back, decides that Feels Good Man could be checking with an ace king, could be checking with aces, could be checking with an ace queen or a king queen. Please, Sergeant Pepper, how do you just decide that Pocket Jacks is no good here when you get checked on the turn and checked on the river? I mean, what do you put your guy on? Sergeant Pepper must have read him perfectly. I wouldn't have. I'm thinking Feels Good Man gets a value bet on the river, and I'm value betting here with the jack. Sergeant Pepper just checks back and is happy to take the 3,600. So that was a weird. A weird hand all around. Feels Good Man not getting the value bets that he should. And Sergeant Pepper, also shutting down and playing pretty passive against, Feels Good Man when Pocket Jacks probably are ahead. Probably ahead on that flop. I think that, if it comes Queen, Queen 6 and you're Sergeant Pepper, I think that maybe you raise that flop when Feels Good Man fires out a c-bet. And then on the river, when Feels Good Man checked the turn and the river, I think that maybe you go for a value bet, as well. Wouldn't have worked here. Instead, he would have gotten called and felt like, oh man, I should have just checked back. But I would say more often than not, when you value bet there and get called, you're actually ahead. Okay, so here we are, Ruby Deer open limping, king queen suited in the big blind for us. Still another 9 minutes before those andes kick in.
That's when the real game starts, huh, Dutch?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's when we really start playing super aggro. Here we can just take a flop. So a little deuce 4-6 action here. And Ruby, you're firing out the full pot size bet. It's going to be a fold from us. So we got another 7.5 minutes until the Andes kick in. A little 7.5 minutes before we can think about maybe making 3-bet shoves against like a Girth Brooks min raise against a Ruby Deer's open limp.
You turn off the history, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. So Bob is addicted to Warcraft now.
What's level cap right now? It's 100, right?
I think so.
It's still 100.
He's a level 70 monk. Dwarf though. No horde. It's all good.
For the horde, man.
Horde, man. No.
Yeah, WoW can definitely be an obsession.
Maybe I should stream WoW. Like start an alliance character from scratch. Oh my god, I don't even want. I can't even imagine the grind. I've grinded so many characters. Jeez.
She's been in it since vanilla, right? You've been.
Yeah, I just played, but I was vanilla, just like
mainly Burning Crusade, though.
No, vanilla. Yeah, vanilla, and then right before Burning Crusade. But yeah. I was really scared to do Battlegrounds during vanilla because my friend would be playing Battlegrounds for like 12 hours straight.
Just one match, you guys.
Yeah.
This was when Alterac Valley, the PvP matchup in WoW, would go for hours and hours and hours, a single match.
Yeah.
Michelle got herself a little rank back then.
I am a sergeant, but that's not a very good. I was a grunt
Sergeant
for a long
Shandora.
ass time. No, because I was really scared to play, and then I finally did, and then they reset it. Now I wish I had my title. It'd be pretty awesome.
So this is the kind of hand where if we were at the ante round, I could see 3-bet shoving. Girth Brooks his VPIP has been pretty wide open. I mean, if we're going to target somebody to 3-bet shove against, it would be Girth. And WFKS, 20 plus blinds, man. That's really, anything over around 14 bigs, 15 bigs. That's really when I'm looking to 3-bet shove. I think you get down to about 13 big blinds, and if you're going to play the hand, making a minimum raise, making a normal amount raise feels awfully awkward. So 13 bigs, 12 bigs, I think is about the line where I'm just open shoving. But anything over 12, I'm more looking for a spot where I can 3-bet shove. So King Shippo, deciding that Girth Brooks is full of it, makes the 3-bet. Girth Brooks says, "No, sir. No, sir. In fact, I actually have a hand to 4-bet you with." Let's go ahead and give him the bull.
George R. says best of luck to you, and Gigi Donk says what's up. Splatty's in the stream as well.
Flatty, great to see you. We got Gigi Donk. We got Shy-Tac. Shy-Tac saying time to double up. No.
Shove it,
no
Dutch.
Shy-Tac. I don't want to double up.
Shove it. Let's have a
still
vote.
at the point where I feel like I can chip away. We'll just chip away. It's better to chip away than double through.
Let's vote. Let's see what the stream wants.
No. I'm still hoping that, we got 3.5 more minutes until the Andes kick in. I'm still hoping to have enough chips where I don't have to double up, where I can still just pick up 500 with an open shove, pick up 900 with a 3-bet shove, pick up another 1250 after someone min raises, another guy calls, and with 3-bet shove without ever having to even fade a flop. That's really kind of what I'm hoping for, is just to keep on chipping away, then get to the point where then I can just start with the ante and blind steals.
So when are we shoving? Next hand?
In about 4 minutes is when we're shoving.
Shove. No, you don't need to shove, Dutch.
Well, we're going to need to. we're going to need to. The big blind's going to hit us. The small blind's going to hit us, and then we're going to be at about 10 bigs. So we're going to be shoving here in the next sometime in the next 11 hands. And I don't really think that we can 3-bet shove profitably. I think that we're going to have to. I think we're going to have to open shove against some of these guys being the first one in.
Hey, JD.
JD Cole's chilling out with us.
And
Great to see you, man.
RT Kabuto. The WoW Talk.
Looking forward to hanging out a little bit when you come in later this month, JD. Strider, 10 months in a row. Man, thank you very much for being here. 10 months. Strider 21. Strider, thanks a lot for keeping the stream going, keeping the stream afloat. It's really awesome of you to keep that sub going.
Hey, Judge JD Cole played some poker.
Cards, making the fold.
At poker club in Portland. It's called Encore Poker Club in Portland. And if you're ever in Portland, check it out. It's a great atmosphere.
So supposedly, JD, the best games in America right now are in Portland. Rake-free Portland games in strip clubs. That's what I hear. I haven't actually played them, but I hear there's like a bunch of 2-5 no limit and 1-2, 1-3 no limit, games without a rake. How can you beat that?
Is it topless or is it all nude though?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Chief Martin Brody says, hey Dutch, hey Exmoor, let's go one better than yesterday. You know what? I think that sounds like a good plan. What are we looking at? 8,800 for first here. Kind of down at the bottom, but still scrambling around.
So when is the spring event start here? Are we late? Are we starting it at 6 or?
Well, hopefully we're not even going to be playing that. Hopefully we're just going to focus on this. But we're going to get in, for the late reg if this doesn't go our way, and late reg ends in 30 minutes. So we're going to jump into that. In about 28 minutes.
Okay. And if you guys are just joining the stream, don't forget to follow us. It's down here at the bottom.
How do you even do that? How do you even follow?
Down here at the bottom, there's a little heart. It's a beautiful heart. If you click it, it'll turn green. And that'll show you that you are following us, and it'll give you notifications. And it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps our stream a lot.
So feels good, man.
Feels
Basically,
good,
just asking
yes.
one of these guys to. That's a player.
I know.
Just asking one of these guys to take the pot away. I don't really feel like Squin 40 has to have much. The 4 of hearts shouldn't really help him. But both of these guys have just shown no interest in that flop or the turn. I could see Squin 40 turning a hand into a bluff here. King Queen is not going to take it down on showdown, but probably could take it down with a bet. Okay, guys, we are in the ante stage of the tournament. I'm having a hand like 8-6 suited in the big blind. Probably going to see a flop with this. If someone makes like a normal raise, we don't necessarily need a 3-bet shove. I don't really think that we have the stack to do that. But I also don't think that we really need to make the fold if everyone... Oh, wow. Never mind, we get the walk. That's kind of unexpected. So if everyone folds to us, and we've got 13.5 big blinds with 8-6 offsuit, is it a shove? You can make an argument for shoving. It's going to be a fold from us. Now we actually have, enough to make a 3-bet shove against some of these guys. That's not the spot to do it, though. Oh.
Did you just yawn on stream?
Nope.
No yawning. Shove now. Shove the polkas.
So Ruby Deer making the min raise with ace queen, Squin 40 taking it down with pocket sevens. And it's going to be a shove if everyone folds. If Girth Brooks makes a raise, then maybe we can shove and have some fold equity. I don't think we can get a fold if we shove, so I'm gonna make the fold. And this isn't gonna really matter who raises. It doesn't matter how the action goes. We're gonna go ahead and 3-bet anything, and if everyone folds to us, we're just making the open shove. Not expecting a fold. Wouldn't mind a call with like an ace-jack or king-queen. So far, so good. Dodge the 2-outer. Okay. So, yeah, Shytack. We ended up doubling up and then some. Not really plan A.
Good shove. I messed up my screen. How do I make it zoom again? Shit. Oh my god, I messed up my computer. I pushed buttons. I don't remember what button I pushed. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
You got it?
I got it, yeah. I made my chat really teeny. cloud orchestras enjoying the names of these poker players.
So what are we at? 450 here? 450.
So are you going to shove again?
No. Now we're back to the normal open.
So Mazrachi hosted a game in that Portland club, Encore Portland Club, a year ago. Have you heard of it?
No.
No. Nay.
No, I haven't. It
Nay,
sounds
we
awesome,
have
though.
Not.
Sounds pretty cool, JD. It sounds like a good time.
Do you know a guy named Jeff Walker?
No. Can't say I do. Atis90 says, "Hey, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. It's good to see you too, Atis." Man, that's a really tempting hand to make the raise with, you guys. Under the gun, make it 450. I just got these chips though. So Girth Brooks trying a little something different there, making it 693. By the way, Market Anarchy, good to see you, man. Ruby Deer making the open limp.
So Jared R. Was playing a local cash game for 1-2, and then it switched to 2-5. And he's been doing well. He says, I don't have a huge bankroll, and 2-5 plays way bigger in my town, and he made an adjustment, and he's $680 in profit in the last 2 weeks combined.
That's a good take for 2-5 no limit. I mean, if you break that down by the hour, Jared, that's a really good hourly rate.
He says, what helped me the most is not being afraid to trust my reads despite the bigger bets. Hey, Vice Chick, woohoo!
Vice Chick, good to see you, man. Good to see you, man. Vice Chick, it's good to see you. It's good to see you.
I think that was the shove one. Do you have any film recommendations, Dutch? E. James wants to know if there's any decent film recommendations.
I'm coming up short.
Can't think of anything. Oh, you
Coming
should
up
watch
short.
Planet. You should watch the 70s. I guess that's American though. And Planet Earth, Frozen Earth is really good.
Sicario was awesome. If you haven't seen that, Martian was pretty good. Ex Machina. If you haven't seen that, that was my favorite movie of last year. Two favorite movies last year, Ex Machina and Sicario. So if you haven't seen those, E. James, I would strongly recommend them. Bigger Ultra, thanks, man. Says, hey, X and Dutch. Was lurking earlier. Nice running it up last night, by the way. Thank you very much. So Squin 40, making the min raise, under the gun +2. It's tempting to 3-bet it. Just get out of his way. Wow, did we just see Feels Good Man check and Squin 40 not make the C-bet there with Ace-9-4? Let's see what happens. Feels Good Man decides to try to take it. Says, you know what, Squin, if you're not going to take a shot at it, I'll take a shot at it. The ace scares you? Well, how about this bet? Does this bet scare you? And going to the number pad, 1666. We've seen this before. We've also seen Feels Good Man not get the value bet when he's had over pairs. So are we really going to expect that he's going to get a value bet here with a weakish ace? It looks to me like a... oh, jeez. So the bet on the turn was just air. The bet on the river wasn't air. Squin 40, what did you have? Checking back there on the flop. Pocket jacks. So yeah, I mean, here's a situation where Squin 40, he really could have avoided a lot of trouble just by making that C-bet. And we also see in that hand a willingness for Feels Good Man when he's playing a big stack. I think he started that hand with around 11,000. A willingness to see a flop with any two cards against a min raise.
What's the strip club in Columbia, Missouri? Forgot the name of it.
Club Vogue.
Vogue. Okay. I was thinking Deja Vu, but Deja Vu is the nightclub, the comedy club.
The comedy club, yeah.
Yeah. So Turquez boy is 8 out of 11 in the 1K tourney right now. Good luck, good luck.
Yeah, that's great, man. Good luck. I hope that you make the final table. So Pure OG going for a little 3-bet here. Going 2.5x. Yeah, you know what, Pure OG? I think we will go ahead and go for the 4-bet.
I haven't even seen Sicario yet.
8 hands we're worried about.
Ooh, wow.
The fact that he didn't snap call is good. Well, he kind of net rolled us a little bit.
Yeah.
Not expecting to ever fold jacks against the shove. I wonder if we could have gotten him off of like 7s or 8s. So that puts us at 6 bigs. Wow. And just like that, we get the unbeatable hand.
Bad timing.
Or good timing. Pretty good timing, really.
Well, you got a razor here, I suppose.
So far, so good. Dodge the 2-outer. Back up to 2863, so a little over 10 bigs.
That's
And we get to add
updating
one to the Aces Cractometer, which I think right now is at 1. $12 bigs. Are we going to shove with ace deuce suited with 12? I don't think so. I'm going to go ahead and make the fold here.
Don't hold back.
Okay, a little 8-2 offsuit, making the fold.
Good fold. How many people are left now in this? Oh, 90 people. That's still quite a bit. Paul DeWall's in this one too.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He has
So
tricks.
here we've got Feels Good Man getting in there with those jacks. And seeing a willingness of from Feels Good Man to gamble it up a little bit more when he's got a healthy stack. It's kind of a special type of tilt. When you play much wider than you would. I'm not saying that he made a mistake there. I'm just saying that we've seen him with like 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 chips, really reluctant to make those kind of those pre-flop chips with hands like jacks. That was pre-flop by him, right? Make sure. Yeah. So he 4-bet shoved with his his pocket jacks there. Getting 3-1 plus implied.
The aces are up now.
That's pretty close. Pretty close.
Do you want to update the ace meter?
Yeah. Where's our Nightbot? There we are.
We're just being slow. Yay! We're still in it.
Still in it to win it.
2.
Okay, so we have Feels Good Man not c-betting here. A little different than... yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing a vast difference from the way he plays when he has a big stack versus this medium stack. He really gets kind of into passive, tight passive mode with that shorter stack. Wow. And let's see what he had. A little ace king of hearts decided to call. Decided to call on the turn. Can't really blame him. So just shy of 10 big blinds now, guys. Looking for a good spot to open shove. So making the shove here with pocket sevens. Pretty good spot to do it too. We got two shorter stacks in the small blind and big blind. Probably just going to get through. Sometimes we get called with weaker pocket pairs. And now up to 12 bigs. So Sergeant Pepper making it a min raise there with the pocket tens, deciding to go the whole way on a king high board. I don't really blame him. The way that went down. I think that maybe I would have made it a little bit more pre-flop. I think we're not quite at the point where I think min raises are correct, but I wouldn't have been making it too much more. Maybe 540 at this stage with his stack. So on a king 8-2, fires out 600 and then squin 40, making the all-in shove against him. Could easily be up against like a pair of eights or a flush draw. So I can understand making the call.
Klein, was it Klein Lee 522 says hello. You shoving soon?
Klein, good to see you, man.
Is it Klein Lee? Klein Lee, you think? Type.
You're gonna have to tell me what you're talking about there, Klein, about the Helmuth screw up.
Yeah, I think it was the phone number. Maybe that was
a while ago, though, right? That was last year.
Yeah.
This spring poker series, late reg ends in 3 minutes. Thinking about whether to jump into it or not. Huh. So King Shippo making the shove here. I kind of feel like it's a call with A7. Is it a call? Kind of on the border, man. It's right there on the border. Oh, no. That's pretty rough there, Klein. So Sergeant Pepper making the shove there with King High. Can't blame him. Pure OG making a good call with the ace-8.
Hey,
I think I'm going to jump into
Bly's
it.
Poker. Oh, yeah, you only have like 5 minutes,
Yeah, like
dude.
30 seconds right now. Okay, yeah, guys, I'm jumping in now into the Spring Poker Series event. It's not because I don't have faith that this is going to turn out. That's not why. I do. But it's bound to be a good tourney. I want to start it with this double add-on. 94 people started, down to 77, so a pretty good chunk of people just giving up without getting that double add-on. Bly's Poker, thank you very much for being here. Thanks for the good luck wish. Okay, guys, we're going to be back in another 3 minutes.
Oh, so you got into that tournament, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Getting the add-on.
Oh, wow. So the stakes are getting higher.
Yeah.
Nice job.
The Sunday is getting expensive. So we're in for 200 here. We're in for 400 in the Spring Poker Series event number 1. bet not everybody takes that add-on. Big mistake. Big mistake. It doesn't matter how many chips they've got. If they're not taking the add-on, there's only 37 people who've taken the add-on so far. Just being in that tournament with one bullet's a big mistake. Okay, guys, we'll be back.
Boop-a-doop-a-doo.
Okay, guys, we're back. With a
Hold
little
on.
5-8 offsuit action.
Do you want me to show you the video, Dutch? Are
Not
we
right
are we
now.
on right now?
Yeah,
'Cause-
we're on.
Oh. JK.
It's going to be a shove, you guys.
Okay, good luck. Good luck.
Thank you. 8-7 off.
8-7 off.
Less than 10 big blinds, and we can get through. Small blind and the big blind
You
both
started
are a
the
little
you started the
short,
second one as well.
so it looks like the spot. Hopefully he's got ace king, not jacks. Ace 10. Okay.
Ugh.
Well, got outs.
What do you need? No,
Not that.
Not that, yeah.
Okay, so the $200 tournament is done. Feels good, man.
GG.
Making the shove with the ace 10. Let's switch over. Let's switch over to the Spring Poker Series event. Well, this is a bigger event anyway. Starting with 15,000 chips. Haven't played a hand yet. Scottish and Horror Fan getting it in there with the kings versus the ace king. Horror Fan actually having a lot of outs there on the floor. 7 outs. So retaining his equity post flop and then not going anywhere with it. Scottish up to 34,000. Nice stack there, bro. Nice stack. And Horror, it's one of the guys who got a re-entry in. Let's get the payouts on this too. The payouts are pretty impressive. 10,767 for first. Nice little 5-figure score, not too shabby.
That's a good payout for that.
Yeah.
Look at them, was pretty good too. 8. AK.
Yeah, 5-figure scores are kind of rare here on wsop.com.
What are we? Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know about that. Let's see.
And Falgorn as the casualty. I get knocked out, I have to ban somebody. So Falgorn was just kind of irritating.
No.
He gets the ban hammer.
Oh, did you just ban him?
Yeah. I stand by it. So making the call with any two, getting like 8 to 1 plus implied. Not the flop we're looking for though. So going for a little 3-bet here, 3x. Should be well ahead of Bill Reynolds' range. Makes the call. Not a great flop. But the C-bet does the trick. And once again, we see the power of the pre-flop initiative. Get it heads up. With that initiative, you turn the game into you have to hit the flop to they have to hit the flop. What Up Dog making the raise. No player notes on What Up Dog. That's unfortunate.
You played him a lot, too.
I've played him quite a bit.
I'm going to get a donut. Oh my god, it's so great. Where you want from?
No, thank you. Wait for it to get to that trailing digit. Try to standardize our pre-flop timing here.
Scorpio wants to know if when you make player notes, speaking of notes, do you write down how they're playing in general, or do you write down specific hands?
Firing out 680. Firing out the same amount. Not a great flop. And checking back. Thank you.
You jealous?
No. So Vice Chick, I think they're just the rules in New Jersey are set up so that that state doesn't trade traffic. Nevada can trade traffic, and Nevada does trade traffic with Delaware. And as other states enter the fray, I'm sure that Nevada will trade with them as well. New Jersey decided just to keep it in New Jersey. I hope that they change that. And gosh, it would be great if they entered into an international pact. I mean, that would be ideal, where we could actually go to New Jersey, play on Poker Stars with everyone else in the world. We could play the Sunday Millions. We could play the Scoops right from New Jersey. That would just be wonderful. Yeah, only 65 people got the add-on here in this tournament. So 30 people playing this tournament without the benefit of a 10K stack, just starting with 5K. It's a big mistake. Make the fold there. So, Market Anarchy, the reason why I don't love Jack 4-4 when we have Ace Queen is, for first off, anytime we're not beating him, anytime we're just flipping, then not a good flop for us. There's a lot of combinations where he could have a jack in his hand that he just hit, so that's not a good flop for us. And most of all, because when if he puts us on an Ace King, he can play back at us, especially with the stack he's got. So it's the kind of polarizing flop that actually induces a lot of pushback from a stack like Bill Reynolds. Again, we're talking about that Jack 4-4 hand when we had the Ace Queen. So that's why I didn't really like it. I do agree with you. I mean, if he had a hand like ace 10 or ace 9, the jack 4-4 does very little to change the strength of it. It's not, we could definitely design worse flops for us. But because it's so polarizing, I feel like a lot of times it's going to induce some pushback where we don't really want pushback. So getting a free chance at something for with a 6 deuce offsuit. Making the fold here.
I think Bill Reynolds is up there on top there. Isn't he? Yeah, he's third in chips there. $74 players left. Oh, wow.
We just lost a pretty big pot in this other tournament we're playing right now.
Oh, are you playing a different one as well?
Guy had king 4 against our ace 10 on an ace queen board, and then it went runner king.
Oh, jeez.
It was pretty brutal.
Which one are you playing? The Reloader?
It's a little satellite to the Colossus.
Oh,
it's
okay.
not really
It's
even
a little
worth
fun.
talking about. Actually, I loaded it up just in case we got knocked out of the 200, so we'd have something to play until we started the re-entry. The Spring Poker Series event number 1.
I agree with market anarchy. I don't get that either.
Making the open and taking it down.
Did you know that laser pens are really dangerous?
No, I didn't. For like your eyes?
Well, looks like in 2014 there was 6,500 police reports about involving laser pens.
And like planes or
Yeah.
something?
Mm-hmm.
People are just like lasering the
Yeah, it's very dangerous.
Is it though?
Well, it's dangerous enough where they're going to classify it as a dangerous weapon.
Like, what exactly is dangerous about it? I mean, it seems to me like
You can blind a pilot, and the pilot can crash into... I have no idea.
it's going by autopilot anyway, isn't it?
I have no idea. I'm not an expert on it. I'm just reading. I'm just telling you about what I just read. I don't really think. I guess I agree. I've never had an
I kind of feel
incident.
like it would be a lot more dangerous, like being.
I never had an incident. I think if I could
being
test
on
it
the
on
side of
you,
the highway or something.
if I could test it on you, if I can get a laser pen, There we go. Here we go. Let me stream it on you.
Look, I'm not saying that we should all run out and try it.
Dang it.
What I am saying is I have my doubts about just how dangerous it is. So yeah, got a little bit off as far as the timing goes there. And Cloud, I don't think anyone's really paying attention. I think it's just a good practice to try to get into, and trying to play this tournament hard, since it's one of the rare opportunities we have on the site to actually get a 5-figure score. So just trying to pay attention to it and standardize everything. But I agree with you. No one's paying attention. It's not really that. It's post-flop is more important than pre-flop. And the fact is, online timing tells, you really have to take with a grain of salt, just because there's so many reasons why someone might be quick or slow to make an action. So we got high QI going for a check raise here on that 9-6-7 board. Whew, aces versus kings. It's a slop house getting the bad news. I don't really love the shove from slop house. I mean, I'm not saying that I would make the fold there, but you're making the shove there, kind of putting high QI on some sort of combo draw, or a smaller overpair. So it seems to me like when you got the smaller overpair, when you're against a smaller overpair, you don't worry about giving away a free card, except that it might chill your action if it comes like an ace or a king or a queen, and you're up against jacks or tens. But it probably won't, because high QI is probably not putting you on on overcards and calling the check raise there. So in a lot of ways, high QI is kind of putting you about where you are when you just make the call there on his check raise. So I kind of like just calling there on the flop and putting the pressure, putting most of the pressure in on the turn, because you're not going to shake the combo draws, and the overpairs aren't really going anywhere. It was a cooler situation. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I wouldn't have gone broke there. I'm not saying that at all. What I am saying is, you don't have to get all the money in there on the flop. If you put your guy on a certain type of hand that you're beating there with the pocket kings, once he takes the initiative by check raising that flop, a lot of times you're going to you're going to be better off just making the call, having him fire out on the turn, because he's going to fire out on the turn, and getting it in there. Keep in mind, too, that the way that went down, a high QI could have been going on some sort of bluff there, where he had 3 outs, something like an ace-queen, ace-jack, or the type of hand where he hit the flop with an ace kicker, so he's got 5 outs. And if you go ahead and make the shove on the flop against his check raise, a lot of times you give him an opportunity to get away from a hand that he wouldn't be able to get away from if you just make the call. I mean, certainly if he's check raising as a pure bluff, he's going to continue that bluff on the turn. So you end up losing chips. A little 6-7 off. Bill Reynolds in the big blind. I'm going to go ahead and give it up. We got Keen 1420. Good to see you, man. What's up? Scottish 101 deciding to show the hand. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and make the raise here, 900. And we've got a trouble hand. High QI making it a little bit more than I feel obligated to make the call with. He's making it a little bit more than 2.5x. Okay, so what up, dog? Making a raise. Go ahead and make this call here. Not the best flop for us. Even if we're ahead, he's looking at 10 outs twice. So I'm gonna give it up. And it might have saved us. It might have saved us. You know, it could have come 2-4-4, and we're not going anywhere. Might have saved us some hassle there. Or hell, maybe he had a smaller pocket pair, and we just let him take it with the naked aggression. Yep, still in it to win it. 54-68.
Did you tell everybody about the hamburger helper wraps yet?
No, I left that
OMG.
for you.
Did you guys hear the latest awesome music and songs?
Did you guys hear the news? Did you hear the good news? Hamburger Helper made a rap tape.
Oh my god, it's pretty good.
It was fire.
It was flamin'. I don't know what that means. If you guys haven't heard it, I suggest you guys do. If you like R&B or hip hop, if you like hip hop,
4-1 with the
good stuff.
offsuit connectors. Well, not the worst flop. I'm going to put myself on 4 outs instead of 10. It is an under the gun raise. 1,200 into 6,000. I don't know what to make of that, Scottish. A Queen 10-7 board, huh?
No, puppy, I'm not playing with you. Oh, so wow, shoving there, huh? Do you have any notes on What Up Dog now?
Not yet.
Call, Scottish, call. I'd like to see it.
I'd like to see it too. Queens and nines. So Scottish pretty optimistic there with the pocket nines. Even when he's ahead, it's a coin flip. What Up Dog with the pocket queens. Getting it in there pre-flop. Let's see how it happened. Let's go to the tape. So What Up Dog made it 900. Scottish 101 making it 2675 from the small blind with pocket nines. And then calling off another 11,000. So pretty big overshove from What Up Dog. Actually should have probably should have lost the pocket nines and the pocket eights and even the pocket tens. I don't know what I do with jacks there with Scottish. That's a tough one. But What Up Dog kind of over betting that pot. 13,000 at the 200, 400 level. Yeah, under most circumstances, I don't love it. I don't love the shove. I hate the call. Hate the call. And I guess if you're in a situation where you figure that you're going to get called with pocket nines, and it's a good shove. I feel like with as many chips as he had, he's going to lose a lot of those smaller pocket pairs. He should lose the nines. He should lose the tens. He should even lose the jacks with as many chips as he got in there. But he didn't. So, either What Up Dog knows something we don't about Scottish and his tendencies, or he just kind of got lucky and made the wrong move against the right opponent and got paid off big time. It was a pretty big pot.
So Original wants to know if you are playing every day online or live, and which do you like more, online or live?
I prefer live. Between if I could choose between playing and streaming live tournaments. I mean, I love the World Series of Poker when it comes around. So Bill Reynolds, pretty much in the same situation that Scottish 101 was in, pocket jacks. I mean, I kind of wonder if he's calling with jacks, what's he, how low will he take it? how low will he go?
Wow. And speaking of live poker, Dutch, you have an event coming up during the Planet Hollywood during the Goliath series.
You want to tell him about it?
It's called Exposed Poker. It's going to be awesome. What day? I don't exactly know what day it's going to be, though, Dutch.
So 21 bigs. We'll go for it here.
Well, Dutch is going to be hosting it, and he's forcing me to play. So I'll be there.
Yep. So X1 is also going to be hosting
and
it.
I will be. So how it works
it's going to be 2 events. May 31st, right before the employee event, right before the Colossus, right before the World Series of Poker starts. And June 20th, the same day as the Solstice event. It's going to be a little later in the day for the Solstice event. So if you get knocked out of the Solstice event, or if you decide not to play, like I don't really feel like playing the Solstice event. I feel like it sounds dreadful. I'm all for. I love the main event. I love the main event structure, but not for a low buy-in tournament. And I just feel like you're gonna. If you're planning on playing a lot of events during the World Series, like I am, and most of the other pros are, it doesn't really make a lot of sense to play 4 days in a $1,500 tournament and maybe not even cash.
That's a lot of time spent.
It makes sense for a championship event. That's like a crowning achievement. And I'm not saying that winning the Solstice event isn't going to be, a peak in any player's career. I am saying, though, that there are a lot of... Wow, look at that. So,
wow.
Rhino flopping the set. Corrugate still having lots of chips, though. That was a pretty big pot pre-flop. I mean, that's a lot of chips to get in the middle there with pocket fives, Rhino. Let me roll tape on that one. Let's see how that happened. Jeez. Yeah, so you got Corrugate making the shove for 22 and a half big blinds, and Rhino calling him with fives. Just feels kind of ugly. Make a little note on that.
So yeah, Expose on May 31st and June 20th, guys. Check it out. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. How it's going to work, it's just like No Limit, but instead of you mucking your cards, you'll have to show your cards. Well, everyone will show their cards as it comes around and folds. So you will be able to see everyone's cards. And so you'll get a lot of questions answered. It is definitely a game for the curious.
I like that.
Exposed Poker, a game for the curious. Oh, Brock AM9 read half of your book today. Good, I'm glad you like it.
Thank you very much.
It gets better at the end.
Poker Tilt is what he's talking about, you guys. I spent a lot of time writing that book.
Yeah, and everybody, and all subs get a free e-copy of it, ebook copy.
This is true. This is true. So, a little ace rag. Let's make the raise. WFKS, I think that they do cage cash outs. I think that is a thing on WSOP. I usually just have it right to my account. But yeah, you can do cash at cage. You have to do it takes a day, 24 to 36 hours. But you can cash out right at the cage.
Will you leave me alone if I
The answer is yes. Yes.
Bad behavior, Jim. Yeah, and if you guys are just joining the stream, make sure you follow the stream. It really helps the stream out, and it costs you nothing. And it's pretty groovy and makes you feel good, man.
You know what? I'm going to hit up Twitter really quick.
Okay.
Going for that 5-figure score. And a little King 5 suited action here, 4-1 from that core gate under the gun raise, man, under the gun opening again. I'm gonna have to start wondering about his his range here. Making the call, Ace Queen Queen, not that great for a King 5 suited. And core gate, just checking back. Makes it pretty tempting to fire out. Yeah, and guys, if you're on Twitter, check our Twitters out. Xmal's on @first, and I'm right here at Dutch Boyd. So Rhino making the raise. What up, dog? Making the re-raise. Rhino folding. I'll tell you, Cloud, one of the things I really like about exposed poker, one of the things I think is most powerful about the concept is how it translates to like television and streaming events. So with exposed poker, you don't actually have the need anymore for whole card cameras or RFID tables. You don't need a delay anymore. You could have live commentary as it happens, just like in a regular football game. So, yeah, firing out, 1,300.
You hungry?
Scottish making the call, and a 9-8-8 board. Checked pretty quick there. Not really a great flop for us, but we're firing out. Fire out that C-bet, taking it down.
I almost sneezed. Oof.
And taking it down without a flop there.
Dutch, what do you think about GLP or the GLP?
GPL?
GPL. Ask
Just
Jubal.
in general?
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Have
you watched any of it? Have you watched any of it?
I hope it blows up poker and makes superstars out of us all. I hope that poker is finally sportified. Is it living up to the hype?
I wonder how you can put drama into poker. That would work. I think if you somehow make drama into poker.
Well, they've tried raising the stakes. That's one way to do it. Maybe if people were playing for something other than money, get together, have like prison poker, have a whole bunch of prisoners and
Play for freedom.
Play for freedom.
Play for freedom. Oh, that's a good one. I can see it now. These convents are put together. Only one man will win and earn his freedom. Who will be the one who will live amongst us all and be placed back into society?
Get a little King 3 offsuit action, making the fold.
Do you want to play with me? What, baby? Do you want some more food? Come on. Hurry, just fetch me.
Lumpy, sorry to hear it. You just got 4 outed. 4 outed. Ugh. And oh snap, we got Danny Rage, 13 months in a row, man. Danny, thank you so much for keeping the stream going, keeping it alive. Really appreciate that, Danny. Guys, can we get some can we get some crew love for Danny Rage? 13 months since the beginning. This was kind of an interesting one. So how did this play out? 2400. It looks like this must have been an open limp from Bill Reynolds on the button. Is that what just happened? Did we just see Bill Reynolds open limp on the button there? You guys know how I feel about that. 16 big blinds. I mean, that really should just really should be inducing a lot of bluffs. Yeah, open limped on the button with 16 bigs. I hate it. If I'm what up dog there, I just so often I'm making the the pot size squeeze. And just putting Bill Reynolds to this stupid choice of having to put in a third of his stack with some lame hand like 8-7 suited, King 10 offsuit, something like that. So Market Anarchy saying one issue he has with exposed poker is that it reduces the viability of being a heavy bluffer. I don't know. I mean, people are still going to bluff, and actually, I think that there's a decent chance that you might be able to get away with your bluffs, even more often in exposed poker, just because people are going to know what you had. So so much of those calls are so many hero calls are made just because someone wants to satisfy their curiosity. And I think that the cool elements of being able to always correlate in real time tells at the table and figure out exactly how a person is playing and what their ranges are and the added interaction that happens when everyone at the table can see that someone was bluffed, or everyone at the table can see someone make incredible laydowns and be right about it. I think that makes up for the idea that maybe you won't be bluffing as much.
Well, it's going to be an interesting. Maybe people will hate it.
Maybe.
But
I don't know. Maybe people will hate it. Wow.
Hey, Poker Mindset Coach.
Rhino sitting here with a
1387.
And we've got that Jack 9 suited. I kind of want to see a flop with it. There's no rule against seeing a flop. Let's do it. So making the call, Corrugate decides to also see a flop, giving us 4-1 with our hand. And an 8-6-3 comes out. Doesn't really help us much. That 7 of hearts gives us some outs. Let's fire out a half pot size bet. So corrugate. Hopefully he doesn't have the flush. Hopefully he has a 9.
Ugh.
Okay, guys, we're not folding it. Yeah, look at that. So he has the flush. And that's going to do it for our Spring Poker Series, you guys. 59 out of 94. The 5-figure score doesn't happen tonight. That sucks. That sucks. Just the perfect card for him to get everything. Perfect card, right? That 10 of diamonds hits, gives us the big straight, makes it so that we're not chopping to 9s, and gives him the straight flush. Wow, I mean, even if we had the nut flush, we're losing. So, kind of surprised too that Corrugate with that 9-7 of diamonds wouldn't fire out on the flop. I can kind of understand it. He must have been, shooting for a check raise on that flop. Vomit. Okay, guys. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and call it quits today. $600 down. Not really where we want to end the day. But I don't really feel like playing anything more, you guys. I think that's going to do it for our weekend. Still a pretty good weekend when you consider the second place finish we had last night. But kind of running in place, really. Kind of running in place. So, guys, thanks again for joining us. We're going to be back on, we might do a little stream tomorrow. The Spring Championship is going, so we might play event number 2 tomorrow night.
That's a good idea.
And if you guys are grinding, I hope that all of you do well in your Sunday grind. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure to click on that follow button if you're not following. Yumi, it's good to see you, man.
And we have a 9-month sub here.
Oh yeah, Jay Newmeyer, man.
Newmeyer.
I almost missed it. I was looking. I was thinking about what could have been. Still thinking about that 5-figure score that we just missed, and feeling all sad about it. But that sure cheers me up, seeing 9 months that you've been with us. Thanks so much for keeping the stream going. If it wasn't for you, Jay Newmeyer, if it wasn't for every single one of you guys with that sub badge, we wouldn't be doing this. We wouldn't be here. I don't know what I would be doing. Probably living in a van by the Missouri River and Exmoor.
Probably living in a mansion.
Guys, thanks so much for joining us. I hope that you all have an awesome Sunday, and we'll see you later.
Hey, we should play some Rampage, dude.
I'm not playing Rampage. You can stream some Rampage if you want. I'm done for
What's
the day.
Exposed Poker is bigger ultra. So why don't you explain your Exposed Poker before we go?
Bigger ultra
on May 31st.
So Exposed Poker. Exposed Poker is a poker variant that I came up with where anytime you release a hand, you release it face up. So if you fold, let's say you're under the gun and you're folding, you fold face up. The next guy folds and he folds face up. You're on the button. You already see six face up hands. It gives you a little bit more of an idea of how good your pocket sevens might be. For example, if 2 sevens have been folded, maybe you fold your pocket sevens. You have an ace 9 in the big blind, and someone already folded an ace, and now someone comes in for a raise, and you call, and an ace hits the flop. Well, a lot fewer combinations can beat you, right? So there's dead cards. That's one element of it that it kind of changes the game a little bit. The onboarding should be it should be a little bit better. By that I mean that a completely new player to the game, someone who's never played poker, can sit down and now they're able to see how people are playing and get up to speed a little bit quicker. So onboarding should be a little bit better. Skill level goes up a little bit because you're able to see dead cards and keep track of those and hold them just like you would in stud. Now, they don't stay up, right? Every single street, what happens is like pre-flop, the dealer will bring him in so you can see him, and right before he puts the flop down, he'll scoop the cards and muck them. And then the flop comes out, the action happens, and then right before the turn card comes out, he'll scoop them up and he'll muck them. So they don't stay up. But, then at the end, when like someone's awarded the pot, they have to show the hand. When, if someone makes the call, they have to show their hand. So the second, it's in my opinion, I think it's going to raise the skill element, not just because you're able to see exactly how someone is playing, but you're also able to like correlate the kind of live tells that take a showdown to actually make sense of. So often you think you spot something and you're not sure. Does it mean strength? Does it mean weakness? Does it mean a big bluff or does it mean a big hand? He didn't get called. I'll never know. Well, now you'll know. And so you're able to see exactly how a guy is playing and try to play above him. You know that other people are paying attention to how you're playing. The leveling war really starts. The more history you have with somebody, so it should make the game richer and more skillful. It also creates more of a table dynamic. You're never going to see a bunch of pros sitting here playing, just checking hanging out on their phone anymore. Now they're going to be paying attention. Now if they see someone bluff another guy, they know that everyone at the table knows that the bluff happened. Someone makes a really good fold, everyone knows it. It's going to increase the table chatter, I think. But the biggest the reason I think it's an advantage over normal poker is because of the television aspect, because you no longer need whole card cameras, you no longer need RFID tables, and you no longer need a delay. So you can have final tables being televised in real time, just like football and baseball, where you got the commentators talking about a hand as it's happening in real time, instead of having to work with a 15-minute delay, so that the players at the table won't know the whole cards during a hand. Now the players at the table do know the whole cards during the hand. Everybody knows the whole cards during the hand, so there's no point in even having a delay. So that's the idea behind it. And we're trying it out at Planet Hollywood May 31st, right before the employee event of the World Series of Poker, and June 20th, right during the same day as the Solstice event. So if you're in Vegas on either of those days, May 31st and June 20th, I invite you to come down to Planet Hollywood and try this exposed poker thing that we've got going. Exmal is going to be there. She's going to be playing.
Play.
And I'm going to be playing both of those events.
I have anxiety. Just think, I I don't do well in crowds. But before we go, I would like to offer this unicorn for $600. If anyone's interested in it, we'll take Bitcoin.
We might get even for the day. We will take Bitcoin.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. Hey, Dutch, did you want to play some Hearthstone? It's kind of fun.
I'm done.
I know that you like to play Hearthstone.
You know what? I love streaming, but I'm done today. You know what? $600 hit. It takes it out of me. I was already feeling a little bit irritated, and now
I know you brought it with you brought the irritation with you.
I just want to be alone. Lock myself in a room somewhere.
You know what it is? Because we had pizza. That's why.
Fake pizza.
Fake pizza today.
Fake pizza.
No,
we did have
pizza.
It was fake pizza.
It was real pizza.
Vegan pizza with like this oily cheese that like got kind of gooey all over the place and vegetables on it. Where's my mozzarella and pepperoni?
It was great.
Well, we don't get the mozzarella and pepperoni today because instead of a $10,000 score,
we throw all the way the dough.
We had a $600 big red mark. So, but guys, thanks again for joining us. Make sure to click on that follow button if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter @DutchBoyd, @FirstForXMoa. And if you're watching at YouTube, I invite you to come over to Twitch sometime this weekend. One of these weekends where you can find us live. You can hang out with us, say hi, ask questions, make comments, and follow along hand for hand as the action is going. So, guys, thanks again for joining us. You all have an awesome night.